we had the health care bill passing, 220 to 215. That's a positive thing. But at the very end, they needed the Stupak Amendment to bring on some conservative Democrats to get it to pass. Now, that's where we have some significant controversy. What the Stupak Amendment does is it says you cannot use, you cannot offer to pay for abortions if people are buying the public option.
Well, if federal funds are used for it.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if you're getting a subsidy, not only can you not use it if you're getting the public option, like it can't be part of the package, but you also cannot use the subsidy that the government is paying for to go private plan that provides abortions, okay, that provides money for abortions, right. Okay? So if you're getting that federal subsidy, you have to pay for the abortion out of your own pocket if you can, okay, but you cannot use that subsidy for it. Now, of course, a lot of pro-choice Democrats are very, very angry about this, but it did pass 240 to 194, which is significant, and it passed with a more comfortable margin than the overall bill did. So now the question is it out of bounds or is it not out of bounds as far as a compromise is concerned? And some people would say it's way out of bounds, and I can't believe that they gave away women's right to choose or the ability to actually get an abortion if you actually need one, a practical need in these cases, and made this decision. And other people say that it's necessary political compromise. Okay. Now, where do we fall? I'm going to let Michael go first.
Well, I fall in the camp of being, vehemently pro-choice. But I do find that the underlying legislation that was passed was more important than something that preceded it. I first of all understand the people of conscience on the other side who believe, as a matter of conscience, that that abortion should not happen, objecting to the use of federal funds in abortion. I think that there is a fine line as to how you make that work, and I heard it best described, though, this legislation, as some of these House members, some of these very pro-choice House members, holding their noses and voting for the health care legislation, because they know that when it comes back to the House, when it's in conference, that they're going to be able to do work on this legislation. But in order to pass the health care legislation, they needed everybody. And that's the problem with the Democratic Party, as we've discussed forever. It's a good problem to have, but it's the problem of diversity within your own caucus there, within those all those Democrats that we have in the House, 277, I think it is, that you cannot make them all happy all the time. And if this was an important part of it, if going back to their districts and saying, all right, I did not vote for federal dollars to be used for abortion, it doesn't seem to me to be that difficult an obstacle to get over.
All right, here's my thoughts on it. I am adamantly pro-choice. I would definitely have voted no on the Stupak Amendment, and and I can't stand that it's in there. Okay, to make it as strong and as clear as possible. Having said that, I understand that it's political compromise, and I'm willing to live with it. Now, why? Okay, some people will say, "Oh, you're giving away women's rights, and easy for you to live with." And you know what? Have at it, Hoss. You're perfectly free to say all that, and you're perfectly free to make this your stand. But here's why I say it, what I do. No one misled you here. There wasn't, Joe Lieberman saying, "Hey, I'm going to be a Democrat and I'm going to fight for health insurance," and then he turns around and he says, "No, I'm going to kill health insurance reform." Right? There wasn't someone saying, "Hey, I'm looking out for your best interest," but in fact, they're looking out for their corporate benefactors' best interests. No, these were pro-life Democrats and pro-life Republicans. They were clear on the record, and they won. They won their elections. And now, should they be in the majority in a country that believes that's about 2/3 pro-choice? No. But that's why we have elections. So if you don't like the way they voted, and I don't like the way they voted, then kick their ass out. But until you do, they didn't lie to you. They said they were pro-life and they were going to fight for it, and they did. And we lost on that one. And sometimes you lose, and then you live to fight another day. But should we bring down all of healthcare reform because we lost on that one? No, we just didn't have the numbers on it. And there's no chicanery, and it's a matter of conscious, and it is. There's no corporate this or corporate that behind this. There's no. It is what it is, and this is like one of those old school disagreements. They're pro-life, we're pro-choice, and we just got to duke it out in political battle. There's nothing disingenuous here. We just happen to have lost on that one.